Can you all see my screen?
Yes, please.
All right. So this evening we start with our introduction to Microsoft Excel. So before I start, I would like to hear everyone's view about Microsoft Excel. You've been hearing about Excel and all like that. So can I hear from you or from those that have idea about Excel? So okay. Okay. Do you get my question? I said, can I hear from you all what you understand by Microsoft Excel? You can just put it inside the chat box. Okay. Olaide Salau said it's a spreadsheet application used to store and analyze numerical data. That's correct. It is used for basic analysis. It is used to create charts and graphs, used for data cleaning. Nice one. Naomi Oche said Excel is a spreadsheet application used for analysis of data. All right. So I'll just go straight so as not to keep anyone waiting. Can I have more? Messi Akpan said it's a spreadsheet used to organize, store, calculate, and analyze data. Okay. Jesu Tomi Ayomide is one of the analytical tools for analyzing data. That's right. So I will just continue. So what is Microsoft Excel? This is how the logo looks like. So that's Microsoft Excel logo. And to my next slide. Excel is, like you all said earlier, everyone is all right with what they've said. Said Excel is a powerful spreadsheet software that is developed by Microsoft. We actually have other people like WPS now, there's Excel there. And for Microsoft one is actually the one that is very versatile. It's the one you can use that for a lot of things. So the powerful spreadsheet software developed by Microsoft to use for organizing data, performing calculations, creating charts, and more. So I'll be showing you some of my Excel, how it looks like, the data organizing part, the creating charts, and more. This is inside Excel, all right? And this is a data set inside Excel. This is a clean data set inside Excel. This is the analysis part. And this is the dashboard. All right. So this are what we can do inside Excel. It is an essential tool for data analysis. So those that joined the onboarding session yesterday we actually gave you overview of Excel, the overview of SQL, overview of Power BI also. So, of which Excel is what one of the essential tools that we use for data analysis, financial modeling, and reporting. And the last part is part of the Microsoft Office suite. So my next slide, we have key features and uses. We have our data organization. So we store and manage data in rows and columns. So I'll be showing you what rows and columns look like. All right, that's how we store and manage our data in Excel. Data organization. We do calculations inside Excel. We analyze data like you said earlier. There's charting, there's automation, there's reporting. The automation part of it is actually the advanced Excel part. All right. So that's VBA, Visual Basic for applications. So we do calculations. So there are a lot of formulas inside Excel, and every formula in Excel starts with equals to. So it's easy if you can apply it. That's one thing about Excel. So we do calculations for data analysis, for charting, automation, and for reporting. For my next slides, this is like an interface of Excel. If you can zoom it, you can just zoom it, and from your end, you can zoom from your end. So this is Excel interface. And I'll be showing you from Excel here. This is our interface. All right. This is Excel interface. And we have our rows. We have our columns. This straight down. I hope you can see my cursor. So this straight
Yes, ma'am.
down
Yes, ma'am.
is called columns. All right. And this one, where the row, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, straight down is called rows. So these are columns. This is what rows. And back to our presentation slides, we have our formula bar, we have our active cells, we have our name box. All right, we have our column tuber. This place that you see A1 is called the name box. This place is called the formula bar, where you can type your formula. So you can work with your formula bar where you see this FX. So it's called the formula bar. All right. We have our ribbon. Wherever you see this home, insert, page layout, others, they are called the ribbons. So to our next slide, working with data. So working with data in Excel. So our next class, we start with our data entry in Excel. So you will know how to start using Excel, the basic part of Excel. So working with data in Excel, we have the entering of data part. It can either be text, can either be numbers, dates. We have the editing and deleting part. We have copying and pasting of data. And for our copying and pasting of data, we all know, okay, don't let me say we all know. So there's actually a short form of it. Like if you want to copy your data, you can easily type Control C. For pasting of data, Control V. All right. We have our autofill to quickly populate cells. We have our sorting and filtering data. So I will be doing the part of the autofill, all right, to quickly populate cells. And okay, I think that's best used for, okay, let me just use my data that I have before. So you can easily use autofill function, all right, to easily populate your your data, because to me it's faster when you know the formula to use and data that is needed. So actually I'm not supposed to do this now. It's supposed to be inside our data entry, which is our next class. But I just want to show you what autofill function is all about. Okay, for instance, we have this. I want to use this payment method part. All right. And I want to change it to uh, a proper text. All right. So this is what I'm typing. This is not really necessary, but I just want to show you how the autofill function works. All right, equals to this proper. I want to change this to a proper text, and then I have it already. This is a proper text already. And for me to autofill the rest, Excel is actually a very, very, very intelligent tool. Look at my cursor. You know, the cursor here is actually a big plus, but I'll move it to the edge here, where you see whenever it is already a tick plus, just double click. When you double click on it, sorry, I don't know what's wrong with my system. Okay, I think it's because of this data. But then you can actually drag down. When you drag down, it will change everything. This is also an autofill function. All right. So back to my presentation slides. Our formulas and functions. So there are a lot of formulas in Excel. I must tell you, a lot of formulas. Excel is so wide. There are formulas, there are functions. All right. So these are basic formulas. Like you want to do a simple addition, equals to A1 plus B1. So this is when they say A1, probably I have 1 here and I have 2 here. So if you check your name box, it will give you this is a name box. You can see A1 and this place is B1 because the column here, A, and the row is what? 1. And for this B, we have column B, row 1, column B, row 1. And for you to get the function, the formula I said earlier, that is equals to what? A1 plus B1. So when you enter it, it gives you the answer. So these are like some basic formulas in Excel that you can do. And we have functions. Functions in Excel. We have sum, we have sum ifs, we have average, we have average ifs, we have count, we have count ifs, we have a lot of functions in Excel. A lot. We have concatenate functions. That one we actually join two words together. So these uh, functions are very, very much in Excel. So when we start our entry of data, you get to know more about it. So this is just like an intro. I just want you to know what Excel is all about before we start the practical part. We have understanding cell referencing, we have the relative and absolutes. And the last one is we have useful formulas for specific tasks in Excel. So, like I said earlier, Excel formulas functions are so wide. So, visualizing data with charts. So, there's always a problem with this, especially for data analysts. One thing that will actually bring you out, or one thing that people will get to see about your work is your charts. Yes, your dashboard. Before they start seeing whatever you analyze, the raw data, the cleaning of data, what you analyze, is your dashboard that will first of all sell you out. And you have to know the kind of data, the kind of charts that you are selecting for the data. You don't just pick, you want to tell us how the profit for sale. Instead of you to use a bar chart, you're not using a trend, like a line, something. I think trend is usually used for years, for months, and not like that. But you don't just use chart that is not appealing. All right. I would actually like to show you some of my dashboard. All right. And I'll show you my first dashboard, how it looks like. I don't know if I have it here, but probably the next class I will show you. So your dashboard is actually the first thing that will sell you out as a data analyst. Is one of the things that will sell you out before people start saying, oh, this is what you have to do. You have to gather data. You have to do data entry before you start cleaning this data, before you start removing duplicate. People will not get to see that. It's your dashboard that they will get to see at first. So this is actually where I was working. I just thought of doing this. I gathered the raw data. I wasn't asked to do it anyway. So I gathered the raw data, data entry. So one thing about data analysis, you just have to fall in love with whatever you are doing. Try to make data out of anything. Short, everything in this world is data. There's no how you wouldn't need data. All right. So this is raw data. This is the clean data. After cleaning it up, this is the analysis part of it. We have descriptive analysis where you get to know the. So this is just like an advanced part of Excel, Power Pivot, the maximum, the minimum, the mean, the median, the mode, and all like that. So that's descriptive analysis. We either call it descriptive analysis or statistical analysis. And then we have the analysis parts where I get to know, okay, this is what we actually made in January in 3 weeks. This is the total quantity that I sold. This is the total number of products sold out, number of customers, number of payment methods. All right. Um, Number of customers, and then the average price. So we have the top five selling products, revenue by customers, revenue by. So this is the analysis part. This is where I get to use the pivot table, and then this dashboard. This is where I get to see. This is the actually final. So your stakeholders are interested in figures, and you have to do it in such a way that, oh, stakeholder, they don't know much about data analysis. They should be able to understand even without you talking. They know that, oh, this is what we sold most. This is this with the revenue of, and this is the revenue. This is what is next. This is what is next. This is what is next, and all like that. And then the customers. Oh, the customer that actually bought more from us. This is the customer, and all like that. So the product by quantity. Oh, this is what that went out in January. This is what this is next. This is next. And okay, where should we channel our energy to? All right. So your um stakeholders, probably your chairman, anyone, they are more interested in they are interested in your dashboard, fine, and then they are interested in the figures also. So they won't get to see this except you are working for a company. So when they send you raw data, you have to send them what you clean up, script analysis and all like that, even though their final, this is the final result where they are going to is the dashboard. So customizing chart elements, your title, your labels, your color. You don't just use color that are not, you don't use more than 3 colors for your dashboard. You don't just use, like, I just want it to be more colorful. We are not interested in your excessive colors. Just do something that, oh, this thing is making sense, is popping up and all like that. I want to show you another dashboard too. So while that is opening, so you have to create an insightful visualizations, and you can do that in Excel. You can do that in Power BI also. To create an insightful visualizations, Excel will help you to create an insightful visualization. So at first I thought Excel is not, maybe it's just for analysis or financial analysis, or it's only accountant that use Excel. But as time goes on, I realized that there's more to Excel. There's more to Excel. You just have to, you know, pay attention to details. You have to, pay sacrifice to actually know, okay, what is it about Excel? What do I need to know? There's actually a lot of things inside it. So Excel in action, real world applications, financial analysis. Like I said, financial analysts, they use Excel a lot. Use it for budgeting, they use it for invoice, use it for a lot of things. We use it for sales tracking and reporting, for project management, inventory management, data entry, and analysis for any industry. I just showed you how I enter data, inputting of data and all like that. So data entry and analysis for industries. We have Excel tips and tricks. Like I said earlier, that Control C is for copy, Control V is for paste. We have our Control Z. Control Z is for you to go back. Like probably you make a mistake. So for you to just take it back, use Control Z. And for you to, okay, let me just say Control Z is for undo. And we have Control Y. Control Y is for redo. What you have undo, you want to redo it back. You use Control Z. We have auto sum for quick calculations. So we have using of auto sum. Double clicking the fill undo to copy formulas. We have freezing panes for easier scrolling. I'll show you how sorry. I'll show you how freezing panes actually works. Freezing panes for easier scrolling. So let me use another data. So this is the data. This is a data, all right, a data set. And now, if I'm scrolling down, you can see that you are no longer seeing the headings. You are not seeing the ID because it's a large data. So let me check where the data gets to. Control Shift down. So the data is about 1,657. This is where you get to see it. This is the 1,657. And now, how do we apply our freezing panes? This is how to apply our freezing panes. You want to keep seeing your ID. You want to keep seeing your name. You want to keep seeing your age, gender, city, blood type, and all like that. So what you just do is go to your view. Under ribbon, like I said earlier, this file owns insert page layout. They are called ribbon. So you just go to your ribbon, and under ribbon you see your view, and under view you see new window. You see arrange all, and then you see your freeze panes. You're going to see your freeze panes. Sorry, give me a minute, please. Okay, sorry about that. I'm so sorry. Sorry about that. Okay, like I was saying earlier, that's how do you get to freeze your pane? I said go to your view. When you go to your view, under your ribbon, don't just click on it. There's a drop down. So click on the drop down. You see freeze space, freeze top row, freeze first column. And I want to freeze our pane and for us to see our headings. Now I freeze it already. So by the time we start scrolling down, you will see that you are scrolling down, but then you keep seeing your headings. So that is how to use our free pane. So you can navigate and try to go through this your ribbon and check what can we use this file for. Just take it as a take home assignment. Your home, we have a lot of things under home. We have our conditional formatting, format as table, cell types, insert, delete format. So before our next class, for our data entry, try to find out what each thing in this ribbon, what they stand for. We have our insert, page layout, formulas, data, review, view, help, and all like that. So you might not have power pivot there. So just don't worry. So don't panic. No panic. You might not have it there. I was the one that put it there. So I want to take this free pane back. So you go back to your view and then unfreeze panes. I've unfreeze it already, and that's that about that. So conclusion. All right. Like I said earlier, that Excel is one of the intelligent tools that I've known and I've worked with. Excel is versatile. There's a lot of things in Excel, a lot of things that you will be glad you know it. So you just need to explore. You need to get to know. Don't just okay. We have till Thursday for another class. Don't just stay back. Try to research and check what we can do on home ribbon, what we can do on insert ribbon, and all other reasons that you can find there. It will help you in this data journey. Except when we start the data entry part, there's a lot of things. So the power of data is at your fingertips. So you just need to start exploring. You need to start creating, and you need to start making a difference. All right. So let me say this. Whenever you are doing your dashboard in Excel, don't use excessive colors. All right. Don't use excessive colors. Don't use the wrong um, chart for your analysis. So I will send you a picture that shows when to use this chart, when to use this chart, when to use this chart, and I'm sure it will help you a lot. So I would like to open the floor right now. Is there anyone that asks if I have a question? So if you have any question, just let me know.
Hi.
Okay, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Oh, so I think I've come to the end of the class. So if you have any question, please you can unmute your mic. And I think the first person here is let's see, Hakim. Hakim Azan, do you have a question?
All right, sir. Okay. Thank you very much for this great opportunity. Thank you so much for doing it. So, my question is that please, ma, can you come again with freezing and unfreezing way you freeze and freeze? That was what I'm not clear with me.
Okay, I should come again, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. For the freezing part, I told you that this part is called ribbon. All right. So you just have to go to your view, and there's a part that we have freeze paint. There's a drop down there. Click the drop down. We have freeze panes. We have freeze top row. We have freeze first column. If you want to freeze the first column, just click on the freeze the first column. So we have freeze the first column. The first column here is actually A, which is the ID. So you want to keep seeing the ID. Probably you want to work on the uh, date date of admission, and you don't just want to keep going to ID, going back to date, going to ID, going back to date. So just freeze the first column and scroll down. Then you can work on your ID and date of admission together. Then you can go back. So if you want to unfreeze it, just go back to your view and then click the drop down. There's a part that say unfreeze pane, unfreeze it, and we are good to go. You see that by the time you scroll it, it's back to normal. So I hope you get that now. So if it's the top row you want to freeze, you can go to your view, all right, freeze panes. Then there's freeze top row. Like you want to keep seeing your top row. You don't want to. Probably you are going to number 50, and you don't just want to keep scrolling and you are going back to the top, coming back to number 50, going back to the top. So just freeze it, and you can see that your ID, your name, your age is not moving because we freeze it. And if you want to unfreeze it back, go back to your view and then unfreeze the pane. We are good to go.
Thank you very much. Thank
You're
you very much.
welcome. So, is there any question?
Okay, thank you, ma. Thank you for the explanation, and thank you for tonight's class. So let's move on to Divine, Ode Divine. Um,
All right, good
can you
evening,
unmute your
sir.
mic?
Yeah, good evening,
And
sir.
good
Good
evening.
evening.
Good evening.
My question is about the data set. As a data analyst, are you going to be given the data set, or you're going to like enter the data and then you analyze it?
Okay. As a data analyst, all right, we have people that work as a data entry officer or something. So those ones we actually gather data and you start inputting data yourself. And that one is a data entry person. And for data analysts, if you are working for a particular company, you'll be given a data. And data can come in any form. In this class, we give you a data to work on and we will both work on it together. But data can come in any form. You might see another data. Probably the one we gave you is different from the one you will get to be seeing in future. So, and you'll be like, this is not what we were taught in data analysis. This is not what we were taught in data analysis. But then data can come in any form. But if you are working as a data analyst, they will give you a data in a company. So if they give you a data set, if you are giving them their work back, you have to give them, this is what they give you. The next thing you do is duplicate the data. When you duplicate the data set, you have the clean data. That you start cleaning it up. Probably there's a you can have a data that do not even have figures. You will not see like this. You see where you are seeing NA, that is not available. So there's a formula that you actually input, because as a data analyst, it's not your job to put figure for them. You are not a financial, you're not an accountant. It's an accountant that will be looking for money that is not lost. You don't have any business with any empty space. So if there's any empty space, put not available because you are not giving. You cannot start giving the company the figure that they did not give you. So when they give you a data, if you are a data analyst, they will give you a data set. That is, you are working as a data analyst for a company. So you have this, you clean their data, you have their analysis. This is the analysis, then the dashboard. Then you submit it back to them. They get to see. And then you get to give them recommendations also. That recommendation is more or less like the storytelling part. We tell them, oh, this is what is wrong. This is what is wrong. I recommend that you do this here. I recommend that you channel your energy into digital marketing so that there can be more sales in this and this and this and this and that. So there's difference between a data entry officer. Data entry officer will start inputting data, start collecting data, start gathering data. But for a data analyst, there will be a data for you to work on, and data can come in any form. Right. I hope I've been able to answer that.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. There's nothing to input. So but you might be surprised in Nigeria. They might you might get to a company and they will tell you to go and scrap data. Like maybe you are working for a startup and they want to enter a particular market. So they might tell you to look for a data analyst, tell you to look for a data and you have to scrap it online, do a questionnaire and all that. So at times, Nigerians will run a lean startup. You don't have money to pay for this, pay for data, and all that. So at times, you might be the one to source for the data yourself. So I just say I should thought to input that. So you might be the one at times to source for data yourself and all that. So that is I'm sure they will be teaching you everything in this course. How to scrap data online is part of your curriculum. How to so just please make sure you learn everything bit by bit. Learn everything. Make sure you any class you miss. You just make sure you go back to our YouTube channel to learn everything. It's the class is crafted for your own benefit. So I think let's go to uh Campbell. Campbell, please are you active? You have the
Hi.
floor.
Okay, thank you so much. I wanted to ask in regards to Excel, if I'm not mistaken, we do have to pay for something because last time I used it, they said you have to pay for a Microsoft 360 account. And is it possible to use Google Sheets as a substitute if that is so?
Okay, are you talking about you using Google Sheet? I didn't
No,
get
I'm
that.
talking.
Sorry.
So last time I used Excel, they said you have to pay for Microsoft 360 account. And if I do have to pay, can I use Google Sheets as a substitute? Would it be possible?
That wouldn't work, but you can still manage it. Yes, you can still use it for a while. So I would advise that you use a Microsoft Excel or the Microsoft 360. Or for the Google Sheets, it can work, but it might not work for the advanced Excel. So that's it.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, because of our time, Edoku, you have the floor.
Okay,
Please.
good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My question is as regards the SQL tool. Um, is it SMSS we are downloading or SQL or MySQL?
SSMS, please.
SSMS.
SSMS, that is SQL Server.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
you're welcome. So, is there any question?
Okay, another question. Let me see who is this? Let me see. Okay, Izuchuku, are you active? Please, you have the floor.
All right, good evening.
Good evening,
Good
everyone.
evening, sir.
Good evening.
All right, I have a question concerning the freeze playing. You know, when you were talking about them freezing the plane, can you please go back? Let me show you an example of what I want. I need clarification on, please, to your freeze thing, where you about the data sets, the way you froze the plane then before, please.
I'm there.
All right. Now, if, for instance, I'm working on, let's say, blood type, and I want to freeze the blood type, that's whole column, or yeah, column. Is it possible I freeze that blood type column so that I'll be able to walk towards the end of the document, or Can I? Is it only ID that I could freeze, please? That's the question I'm asking, please.
Okay, for instance, you said what?
Now, for instance, I have a very huge data set, and I'm working on. I need information on blood type, for instance, and I don't want to be moving forward and back. Or is it possible I freeze the blood type alone, or is it only the extreme ID that I could freeze while I'm working? That's the question I'm asking.
You want to work on the genotype, the blood type alone, right?
Now, I want to freeze the blood type because I need the information on the blood type column to work on, let's say, on the last part of the last column. And between the last column and the blood type, there are a lot of columns right there that I want to work on. Is it possible I freeze the blood type column alone? Or is it only the ID at the extreme left that I could freeze? That's the question.
Okay, I didn't get that question well, but let me just. You
Okay,
want to work on the blood type, right? Alone.
yes. Can you freeze the blood type alone? Yes, that's the question I'm asking.
Okay. I haven't tried that, but there should be a way around that. Or better still, you can drag. This is what I did.
Okay, you moved it. Okay,
Uh, and then we
okay,
have only our
okay.
blood type.
Here, so you can now work on whatever you want to work on. So you can also move it back when you are done, right?
Yeah. We can also hide it. We can hide some, like we can hide. You can hide others and then make the blood type stay. So this is an option for hide, but I think that is just a long one. If you are doing advanced Excel, it's easy to, that is inside Power Pivots. If you are using Power Pivots, we can easily remove other columns and make, we can easily remove other columns and make this column stand in Power Pivots. So I think I will be able to take that as time goes on. All right.
I
But
think
if you even
thank
want
you
to
very
do
much.
that,
I really
you can
appreciate it.
drag it too. All right. Do you
Okay,
have
thank
any
you,
other
ma. Thank
questions?
you. Glory, Glory, you have the floor.
Okay, thank you very much. Good evening, Ma. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is IJ. I want to please take you back to the autofill. I didn't really get the way you did the autofill. If you can help explain that better. And while you were on it, it was a bit hanging and we couldn't really get it properly. So if you can please go back to it, I'll appreciate. And also this hiding part, if you can also redo the hiding and unhiding, like the way you drag the other columns and covered, it was just left with the last column and the blood group column. Thank you very much.
Okay, let me start with the autofill.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm trying to check. There's an autofill function inside the ribbon. Well, okay, this is it. There's actually an autofill function inside the ribbon. It should be in data. So this is what I was trying to do the other time. Now we have the city. So for instance, I want to change this city to um capital letter. The capital letter. Okay, let me just say I want to change it to a proper. It's already a proper one. But let me say I want to change it again to proper. Since we are not doing our data entry, so I just want to show you how it works. Like I said, every Excel functions and formulas start with equals to. Now I picked my city, then I close my bracket. I press my enter. This is all we have. And the reason why we are having this is because I already pressed the auto fill. But let me start in the layman language. So let me use this employment status. The first thing I did is to create insert another space. I insert another column, then press my formula equals to proper, then this, close my bracket, enter. So this is it. So in case you are doing your own and it's not giving you this, let me use another data set. What I'm trying to do is because it's giving me everything, and it's because of what I've pressed earlier, and I don't want it to be like, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. Okay, this is it. I want to change this payment method to proper. You know, proper is the first letter that will be capital letter. As equals to proper, then I have this. Since this is what I'm changing, and the name box of that is the first one is E3. So that's why we have equals to
Okay.
proper E3. So I press my enter. You know, we have just only transfer. So now I want to autofill everything here. Instead of me start typing everything here, equals to, I should not start pressing equals to proper for this one, equals to proper for this one. So for our autofill, we have this cursor, this plus. You know, we have our big plus here. That's not what we are looking at. We are looking at the one, this tiny one that is stick. Then we double click. When we double click on it, it will automatically fill everything. Do you get that?
Yes, ma. Yes, ma.
You
Thank
double
you.
click. So if the double clicking is not working, but definitely it will work, you can drag it. When you drag down, but make sure that your plus is this tick plus, not the other plus. Then you drag down. When you drag down, it will autofill it. So that's it. But I prefer double clicking because what if you have 10,000 rows? How will you go about that? Will you start dragging down? No. So instead, we will just autofill it and we are good to go. We just double click and that's it. Do you get that right now?
Yes, ma. I got it. Thank you
So
very
the
much
second,
for this.
how about the second one? Can you come again?
Okay, the second one I was saying I wanted to understand how you dragged to hide the other columns to be left with just the blood group column.
Okay, let me just do it here. So look at this plus. We have different plus so inside Excel. This one is another plus. Where you put the one I showed you earlier for you to autofill is different. And look at this place is another plus. So I just drag it. when I drag it, so me dragging it, it has already hide others. So I'm actually dragging it to my serial number. It's not there. Okay, I actually marked this there. That's why it's not working. Let me just go back to this. So that's the plus sign. So I drag it. I want to drag it to. I want to drag it to age. Like I want only my age to stand. So this is it. I use this plus sign here to drag it. And if I want to drag it back, I just use that plus sign to drag it back. Or better still, I just undo it. So I want only my blood type to stand, to stay. So I can just click this, right click. When you click this, it highlighted this column C, right click, and then height. We have the part of height. And if you want to bring it back, you can just press your Control Z. So that's that, Sha. Did you get it or you need me to come back?
No, ma, I got it. But using undo, that's Control Z, after
Yes.
working on a particular, won't it undo what you worked on when you are trying to go back? I think the dragging will be better, right?
Yeah, the
Or
dragging
won't
is
it
better,
affect
but I
what
don't
you've
think
already
there's
worked on?
but I don't think there will be a need for you to start um bringing out one column out.
Okay, okay, ma.
Yeah. So it will actually
Thank
be
you.
better in Power Pivot, and that is like later part of the Excel. So I will take you that so that you can know how to delete other columns, work on this particular columns, and all like that. So it's easier done on Power Pivot. So I think that's that.
Thank you very much, ma. I really appreciate. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
I have something to say. Oh,
Okay, wow.
please, can we shift this class to 8 o'clock? Please, because of we people that go to work, I've missed the important section of this class, and I joined around 7:46, and it's only question and answer I met because we
Oh,
are being
wow.
transit by 7 o'clock. Coming from work, I arrive home by 8 o'clock, so it won't be able
Yeah,
to.
the class is
Okay, ma'am.
actually being recorded.
Okay, okay,
Mm.
Yeah.
okay, all right.
So the link to the YouTube channel will be sent to your channel, to the data analysis channel. So you can always rewatch the class. So whatever you don't understand and all that, so you can go there to rewatch the class. So any other question? Let me see. Any other? And today I
Yeah,
yeah.
yes, good
Any
evening.
other question? Okay. Good evening. You have the floor.
Yeah, I
All
think
right.
you're already responding to me, but I want to bring it up. I've been trying to join the data analytics channel and I've filled the form several times. It's not coming up. And from your end, it's like you're saying I'm already in the channel, but myself, I'm not seeing it. So even while I'm in this class now, any other thing that is sent to the platform, I'm not able to access it. I don't know if I'm the only one facing that challenge and if you can help with it. Thank you.
Okay, Ayodeji. Okay, now I remember you. So the form you fill, the email you drop, I think let me check now. I think I'm currently on it. Let me check. I can see your name. So you drop Ayodeji party at gmail.com, right?
Yes, that's correct.
If I'm right. Yeah, so this email address I add I add it myself. So it's on the data analysis channel. So I don't know why you're finding it difficult to join because I can see you there. I can. So probably I'm going to remove this email address again and add it again and add it. So maybe probably that will work. So we'll do that after this class.
Thank you.
Okay. So another question before we move on to that another question. So I on the Slack channel we'll be choosing the class rep, the class as rep and assistant. So I would love those that are interested to indicate. Just you can nominate yourself. Okay, I'm settled down to I want to become the class rep for data analysis class and all that. So please, after this class, we'll be doing that after immediately after this class. And the class is short because today is just an introduction. It was last meant to last for over 2 hours, but because of introduction and all that. So and because probably because you guys don't have data to work with, and I think that will change in the next class. So we'll be giving you guys a data to work on, so you'll be on the same page with the instructor and all. So thank you. Since there's no other question, please immediately if you are interested, because the class rep you must be active and you must be available. You must be available because you be the bridge between the instructors and the community managers and the students. So please don't nominate yourself if you will not be active. If you will not be active, please don't nominate yourself. We'll be doing that immediately after this class tonight. Please, someone is waiting for the hand. Okay, Temitope, please, you have the floor.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Um, I, we were told that we would have a study tribe, or I mean, a subsection of of this class, so that we can actually study with few people that we know. It's just like a colleague. People we can have access to one another to help each other when we have problem or issues. So I'm just stating that to remind you.
Okay, madam. Thank you, ma. Thank you, ma. We haven't started that yet, the study tribe and all that, because we still have a lot of people that are not yet on the Slack channel. So we are waiting for them. That should start as from next week because we have over 1,000 people registered for data analysis. And we just have less than 300 yet. I think we have. Let me check. We have only 307. So we are waiting for the rest to join. But when we get to like 500, then we can start grouping you guys into subgroups. So I hope that answers your question. Did I, ma? Okay, I think I did. Who else? Onyechi, okay, you have the floor. Onyechi, you have the floor.
Good evening, everyone. Sorry,
Okay, good evening, ma.
thank you for this. Um, the, I also encountered the same problem Timmy was talking about. I was not able to access the class even after filling the form that you sent. So I had to copy the link from a friend's email to my email before I was able to access it. So I don't know if I wasn't added to the data analysis class or
Okay, please, you can drop a message after the class. Drop a message. Um, I'm going to find you and you solve it. So because if you did fill the form, you should be on the Slack channel now. Like by now, you should be there because I already added everyone that filled the form, unless your email address is saying invalid, and there's nothing I can do if
No.
your email address is valid. So just drop a message. You can do that now. So I will track you and find you. So it's not something we can do on the call. If you have a question, please just raise up your hand and
Alright.
ask. I don't want to go through the. Please raise up your hand and ask. Anyone? Okay. In the absence of another question, any question? So I think we can call it a day. Thank you, Mrs. Motunrayo, for the wonderful class. Thank you so much, and thank you all for joining. Thank you all. I like you. So if you miss the class, you miss the important part of the class, you can. I will post the link. Yeah, it should be ready in an hour's time. So I will post the link to the YouTube channel so you can go and rewatch and all that. And as from next class, I am sure the instructor they will give you data to work with, so you'll be on the same page and all that. Because I know we learn more by when we have something to practice with. So thank you all for the class. Thank you for joining. Who is this? Solomon. Do you want to Solomon? Okay, I think that was a mistake. I don't understand. Ayodeji.
Yes, Mr. Isaac. I think I'm in now. Thank you.
Yeah, I told you. Yeah, I told you. Yeah, I told you. So another question. Other question. We can. Another question. Hakim.
All right, sir. Good evening, sir. So,
Okay, good
as we
evening.
were told from your body that the attendance list, when will that be commencing? I think that's one of the major things again. Okay.
Please can you come again? I can't hear you.
Okay, sir. I said the attendance list, when will be starting with that?
Okay, because like I said, we are waiting for that spring, so that will start proper next week. Next week. It's not only attendance, the assignments, because you'll be given I think for as from Thursday you'll be asked to practice on some things, and so 80% attendance and or um 100% assignment submission. 100%. So those are the criteria of those that will qualify to go to the boot camp, because all what you are learning here, you are going to practice it. Like you are going to um, create. You'll be added to a group. So you'll be joined with front end, back end, mobile developers, WordPress, and you are going to create a live product. So after the program, after the bootcamp, you guys can choose to take it further. Probably want to launch a startup and all that. So you'll be and only those that submitted the assignment, 100% assignment submission, and attended 85% of the class. Those are the people that we qualify to go into the bootcamp. Because of course we understand some people might be in traffic, some people because of network issue they might not be able to join the call and all that. So the idea is for you to um, um, uh, gain something. Probably even if you fail to join the class, um, go back to the YouTube channel to be watched and all that. So you have to submit your assignment. That is very very important, even more than attendance. That is very very important, very very important. So another question, Rachel, please you have the floor. Rachel, are you active? Rachel, okay, she's not. She's not. She's not. No, she's not. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We have come to the end of today's lesson, today's tutorial, or whatever we can call it. Thank you so much. See you next time. Thank you. Bye for now. And let's not forget, please, if you are interested in the class rep, please just nominate yourself. Not on the general channel, please, on the data analysis channel, please nominate yourself, and we'll be choosing, of course, probably to a vote and all that. So please nominate yourself. Thank you so much. See you in the next meeting. Bye for now.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you.